Hey, I'm E. You got I am. This Anything Goes
podcast. And like we normally say, this podcast can be very offensive. It's our own life experiences, our own opinions. It is what it is. If you are anybody that's here inspiring Baltimore, you don't even have to be in Baltimore. You're trying to be seen. You want your story told. Come on here and check us out. Did I mention that we won Podcast of the Year for Baltimore Music Festival 2021?
No, you didn't.
I did?
No,
Oh
you
my
didn't.
God. Well, guess what? Let me say it one more time. Okay, did I mention, or if I didn't and I mention it
Well, you
now?
definitely didn't because they watched you just now. You never mentioned it.
Oh, I didn't? Okay, well, guess what?
I don't know
mentioned
what
it
you're
now.
doing with your voice,
You
but I
know
don't
what?
like it.
You don't like it? Guess what? This is my excitement voice. Yes, we won for the Baltimore Music Festival 2021.
No, it's Baltimore
podcast.
Music Awards.
Yes. No, it was, you know what? Here we go.
I mean,
you guys know
wrong, but
nothing
right.
changes. Well, won't you announce it then?
It's the Baltimore Music Awards.
Okay, and what did we do?
We won Podcast of the Year.
Okay, for what year?
For this year.
It was this year.
2021.
Okay, thank you so much because he always wants to fix things. Anyway, E, what do we have today?
We got a beautiful guest. Look at this lady, Lord Jesus. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Danielle Veney, and I am a Baltimore native. I'm the founder of Focus Follow One Course Until Success nonprofit organization. Yeah.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on Instagram at LadyD_10, but also my nonprofit is 3_ focus and then 3_ again.
Okay. So as far as your nonprofit, what made you get started?
So just a little background. Like I said, I'm originally from Baltimore, and I grew up playing basketball. I was a cheerleader for 14 years.
Okay.
And then when I got to high school, well, my 8th grade year of middle school, I was introduced to basketball, and I was like, let me see what this is about. And my mom was like, you got to pick one or the other going into high school. So I decided to go with basketball, and then when I got to high school, I had a nun.
A nun?
Yeah, I went to private school, Seton Keough High School.
Okay. You went to high school.
So I went to high school, I had a nun, all right.
And Sister Margaret, and she came to us and she was like, well, you guys have to do community service. And I was like, okay, so what's our options? And one of the options was Camp St. Vincent, which is a camp for children who live in shelters based out of Baltimore in Patterson Park. I said, okay, I'm gonna go. It's an 8-week program. So I went, and literally we're only supposed to do 2 weeks, but I wound up staying because I fell in love with the whole atmosphere and connecting with the people, less fortunate.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you fell in love with a nigga who was at the shelter.
Oh my goodness.
No. So I was like, okay, I like this. And prior to that, my mom introduced me to like what the city life could be for me, like how I could be living, because I grew up privileged. So I was like, okay, I like it. And then it got to the point where I wanted to do something for the kids, and I didn't know exactly what I could do. So I went home and I said, Mom, can we cook and give them food? She was like, Danielle, you can't give them food. You don't know what they're allergic to. And she was like, well, how about you just, do something at the end of the year, the camp session. So I started doing a backpack type giveaway. And it just started from there. And the following year, I asked the director if I could plan the whole end of the year event for the kids. So I did that, and I brought out DTLR, Cold Stone, Chick-fil-A, and it just grew from there. And by that point, I was just like, I need to do something. And every year I started adding on something different. And like I said, I used to take I even took my basketball team in high school to Big Gaddy. And I felt at one point, Big Gaddy was for Patterson Park. It started to change. And I'm the type of person, I want to give back to my own kind. Right. And when I saw that it was dedicated more to, other cultures, I said, well, what can I do for my own culture?
What's Big Gaddy?
Big Gaddy is a soup kitchen.
Because they might not know. Everybody don't know.
Okay. So Big Gaddy is a soup kitchen. She actually created this thing for Baltimore, and she would give away food throughout the city, and it continued after she passed. So the legacy still goes on. So respect to Big Gaddy.
Shout out.
So if you don't mind me asking, you don't have to say, would you like to tell people your age?
I'm 26.
Okay, so at 26, so you had this idea in high school.
Yeah, about 15. This is when it all started. Yeah.
So from 15 to 26, that's amazing. So what advice would you give other people who may want to do that? Like how could they start or even know?
So my mom helped me a lot with a lot of things getting started, but I tell anybody, with God you have everything. Without him you have nothing. So if you have a mindset to stay focused, just keep going. Like, that's where I came up with the acronym, follow one course until success, because you just never know what path you may cross or anything, who you may come in contact with. And my ultimate goal, I always tell people, it's like, if I could just help that one person, I know my job is done. But I see that I've been able to help other people as well, just not one person. And I want to continue to do that. We live in a city, well, I don't live here anymore, but like I said, I'm a native. I love my city.
So where you live at?
I live in Atlanta.
Oh, okay.
And so
you packed up and left us.
So
Okay.
no. I went to school in Atlanta.
Okay.
With the Clark?
I'm a 2-time alum from Clark.
Okay, my bad.
And I'm getting my doctoral degree now at Prairie View A&M in Texas. So I live between Texas and Atlanta.
What you mean you live between?
So
You got that same money?
let me tell you how my life works. So I have classes Monday and Wednesday, and they're not virtual. So I go to Texas from Monday until like Thursday, and then I go back to Atlanta because of my job.
Okay.
So I just commute a little bit.
You drive?
No, I fly.
Oh, I don't know. You looking at me
I
like,
will say I drove up here though from Atlanta.
oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we thank you.
No problem.
You know, you probably can't be a nigga, not us.
No, I came up for my event. That's on Wednesday.
All right. Still wasn't us.
And for y'all.
All right,
But
y'all
no.
throw that in there. All right.
But no, back to what I was saying. I tell anybody, like, keep going. Basketball was my drive. I grew up, my mom was my cheerleading coach. So I didn't have a mentor when it came to basketball. And if you from Baltimore, you know we're going to Cloverdale, we're going to learn the street way, any sport. So,
Is you nice, though?
look, I don't talk about my game, I just play it. So when you're ready, you can see me on the court.
We can go. What you mean?
It's
Talk all that shit. I used to be nice.
Where?
But as most niggas say, I ain't getting beat by no female. Like, what's up?
Ooh, no, he didn't.
You ain't big enough.
Okay.
You gonna have to,
Okay.
You must be Steph Curry. You gonna shoot all
Look,
jumpers.
Kobe my father, so it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, you adopted.
But anyway, so like I said, I looked to Kobe Bryant as a mentor, like not a mentor, but you know, as inspiration when it came to sports. So I just wanted to be something different in the city, and someone helped me get out. So I wanted to come back and help my own. My best friend used to play for Curly, got a 5-year scholarship for football at Temple, and just by us playing sports, I realized like there are not many people who get out of Baltimore and come back to help their own. And I said, well, I'm only, at the time I was like 17, 18, going to college, coming back. Like, I just can't, no matter how hard I try to forget about Baltimore, I can't.
We can clap it up for that. I love that. Be more. Stand up. She love her hometown.
I do. I really do. Like, I've been in Atlanta for 9 years. So I come back every year to do something. I do an event in Atlanta too, but it's nothing like coming home.
Alright, it's nothing like Baltimore.
Nothing.
Never will be. Never has been. No matter where.
Right.
No matter
So when you
where.
come back, you need to get you a Baltimore man instead of one of them Atlanta men down there.
Well, let me tell you,
What the?
I prefer up north guy. I really prefer a Baltimore guy.
You sure? Cause you saying that you got a little.
No.
Let me tell you, like you trying to be quiet.
No,
Like we filming this.
I don't talk to nobody right now. But Atlanta, I don't know what.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was
I've
saying.
heard stories, but we don't know.
No,
We
it's
don't
the
know.
truth.
Oh, okay. Well,
Jeez.
you heard it here first.
Look, I don't have nothing against it. If that's you. But baby,
So you do date men.
yes.
Okay, because you know when they say women on a basketball
Yeah,
team.
95% of the time.
All right, so because she looking at me like this is something different.
No,
That's
it's
what
real
I'm saying.
stuff.
All right,
Like,
tell her.
no, it's real. Like, it's real. Trust me. They tried me in high school. They put a letter in my locker.
You put a letter in your locker. Wait a minute.
Baby, I came to school one day.
What?
And I had this locker. You know, in private school, I'm thinking, oh, it's an invitation.
But that was an all-girls school, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Sister Margaret, I went to the same nun. I said, I ran down all. I said, Sister Margaret, they're after me. She said, what Danielle? I said, Sister Margaret, they're after me. And my best friend was in the classroom, Kelly. She said, Danielle, what are you talking about? I said, they put a letter in my locker, and I'm not gay.
Oh.
I mean, they even tried me in college, but you gotta stand your ground. Like, my first away basketball game, player came to me and she was like, Danielle, some of the team wouldn't mind getting with you. I said, I'm not gay. We can be friends.
They said some of the team?
Yeah, like,
They was trying to pass you around.
quick.
Shit.
Oh.
I was a freshman.
Oh,
But
yeah,
I will say, to this day, my teammates, gay, straight, whatever, like, they are very protective of me. Like, we're like this. My gay teammates, we're very close. Like, they my sisters.
That's what's up.
that is
Shout out to the
pretty
teammates who wanted it but couldn't get it.
Oh my gosh. Back to the nonprofit. When did you know you was going to turn it into a nonprofit?
About 16. So my cousin was a big inspiration, and he passed while I was in high school. And originally it was called the Kelvin Wendell Nonprofit Organization. But I wanted to give something, catchy to it. And one of his key words was focus. So one day I was just sitting down. I was like, let me switch this. And that's how I knew. Like, I just knew it was something in me to give. Like, you know how they always say, you know your gift or your purpose? I think I found my purpose.
Okay.
So is it for the whole Baltimore or just one part of Baltimore?
No, it's for the whole Baltimore. So we're dedicated to providing service to all people of all communities, creating social change and building unity. But I do things throughout the whole city of Baltimore, Baltimore County, and Baltimore City. So like the event that's coming up on Wednesday is my annual Thanksgiving brunch, which I usually do at a particular shelter in Baltimore City. But this year I wanted to do something a little different. I had a conversation with one of my friends 2 years ago saying, I want to be able to bring everybody from the outside, from the homeless to the shelters, into a location where I'm able to feed them. And 2 years later, it's all working out in my favor.
So what's the location?
It's at the Under Armour Center, the old Mellow Center.
Okay.
So, what is it, 1100 East Fiat Street. So, yep, on Wednesday from 11 to 2.
Okay.
So you get money.
OMG.
Well, like some people wanna know, because starting a nonprofit, when you hear nonprofit, people think you're not gonna profit off of it.
So I don't look at it like that. A lot of people do start nonprofits to get a profit off of it.
Right.
I don't look for anything. Like when I started my nonprofit, literally everything came from out of pocket. I still to this day, I don't mind coming out of pocket, but it's not about me. It's about my city, and that's all that matters. It's about giving back.
You don't mind coming out of pocket, but you is getting a return in your pocket.
It's a business at the end of the day.
All right, okay. So
But no,
people
it's a
know,
business,
like,
but
you
it-
can do good for the
My
community
girl.
and look out for people, and it still can be fruitful.
Yeah, most definitely. It's rewards that come with it. But again, a lot of people do it for the wrong reasons, and my reason isn't for a profit. My reason is to give.
See, I ain't gonna say I don't agree with that. I'm saying if you get the job done and you get paid for it, it's a win-win.
Yeah.
No matter what you do it for, but I understand you saying you don't do it for. So you saying if you did go out there and you ain't get shit back, you'll still be happy doing it.
Yeah,
Okay.
most definitely. Like, sometimes you have to look at the bigger picture. And there are people who aren't able to celebrate holidays with other people who like their families and friends. So if you have it to give, why don't you give? Like, it's so many athletes from Baltimore. How many have come back to actually give back to their community? I'm not trying to call no names out.
Well, call them out.
No, I'm not going to do
Well,
nothing.
say him in my ear. I'll call him out.
No.
What you
But
mean?
honestly, you have...
You said Mello? Oh, he got the Mello Center.
He doesn't have it anymore. It's Under Armour.
Oh, okay.
And for living. But I'm not talking about Mello.
Oh, all
but
right.
I'm talking about other athletes.
What you talking about then?
It's just other
Anything goes.
I know, anything goes. But it's other athletes that just don't come back to their city to give.
Well, Mello from New York now anyway, I'm telling you.
That's what he claimed, yeah.
Yeah, so.
He'll be claiming LA soon, I guess.
Hey,
Well, you know how people get though, they get famous.
Switchy
and
changey.
They don't care about Baltimore no more. That's why you say that's very important for you to always come back every
Yeah.
year and let people know no matter what, no matter where you're living, that Baltimore is your home.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't have an age limit, no nothing. Like, just come back. You just never know. If you can do something in another city, you can do it in your own too. Even though Baltimore, a lot of people don't support you, we like crabs in the barrel, so we all know about that. So it's a difference. When it comes to certain things, they're not going to support you like that here. Now in Atlanta, I will say the support is totally different. Totally different.
See, but the thing about crabs in a barrel, crabs don't belong in a barrel. They belong in the ocean.
Yeah.
What? I'm just saying.
Let me find out. You pretty damn good.
I'm telling you.
So you're
y'all-
saying is we just need to start thinking like we in the ocean.
Yeah. Like, we ain't gotta be in a barrel. You feel me? They put us in a barrel. They take us out the ocean, put us in a barrel for us to latch on to each other.
That is true, to pull each other down.
Alrighty, catch that one.
I caught it. You pretty damn good.
I kind of do this. You feel me?
Worked on that one. I like that one. So, okay. So what advice would you give people who, like you say, you want them to come back, they never come back. But what advice you going to tell the kids? They're saying, hey, I just can't wait to get out of here. There's no hope here in Baltimore. Like, what would you want to say to them? Because they could say to you, like, hey, you left. You don't even live here anymore. Like, what would you say?
Explore. A lot of times, even though we're from here, we get caught up in so many different things and we're stuck. You know, regardless if I move from another state to another state, I'm gonna always be from a certain state. So my whole thing is make sure, regardless if you get up and go, yes, I tell anybody, travel the world, get to see more. It's so much more than Baltimore. And you just never know what you may come across. So regardless of how far you go, always come back. Like you, sometimes, you know how they say you can take a person out of Baltimore, but you can't take Baltimore out of a person.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. Like, you just can't. So Baltimore's gonna follow you regardless the rest of your life.
Like, do you have a problem with like relating to people because they might be like, oh, she don't know my life. She went to private school. She thinks she better than us. Like,
Yeah.
all right.
So I say that because, well, when it comes to me actually going out into the community and talking to certain people,
Mhm.
I don't let that get to me.
Right.
Because I like to open up. Like, when going down by the post office here, I like to go down there and sit with them, talk to them, get in people's heads. I studied criminal justice with a minor in sociology. So sociology is studying society. So I actually study society. But when it comes to other people, yes. People look at me different because I went to private school. I'm getting my 3rd degree. Like, it's so many factors that play a role, even in relationships for me. So it'd be like,
Yeah, get into
I
that.
don't know. Like, it's just weird.
In relationships, you feel as though I got so much going on for myself. These niggas ain't good enough for me.
No, it's not like that at all for me.
So you like jail niggas too,
I
then?
like a rough nigga.
Okay.
Like, I just love, like.
But they
it's-
say that though, like the women who
Yeah.
you know in school doing good, you know they like a nigga they know might got a body
I
or
need
two.
to tough somebody tough. Like, ugh. But
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
but I will say, even applying to certain jobs, because of my resume, my credentials, it's like people don't want to hire me or people don't want to talk to me. But I don't put myself on this pedestal.
But why wouldn't they want to hire you? 'Cause do they think you
She be
overqualified?
overqualified.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
Ain't
crazy.
she a woman of color?
So it's crazy you said that. I was in an Uber last week and with this white guy, and we were talking about degrees and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm getting my PhD. He's like, yeah, I got my master's. He said, I can only imagine what you go through being a woman of color and then all the credentials that you hold. It's hard out here. I'm gonna be honest, my degrees at this point are for me, not for nobody else, because I went to school 6 years plus to just say I have a degree. That don't mean nothing to nobody in this world. They'll
That's
take
a
a
fact.
person with a bachelor's or no degree over somebody with 2 already.
Damn.
And I mean, it's sad. I had a friend tell me the other day, she went to go apply for a job at a law firm here. The Caucasian told her, you're not worth $45 a year. She said, what? She working on her 3rd degree. She black.
She worth 45 what?
$1,000 a year.
That's
That's
all
crazy.
man.
That's all.
That was starting
Depends
off.
on they can lowball you.
Yeah, they was trying to
Damn,
lowball her.
she might as
to
well go be
30.
a cop then. God damn.
Put your life on the line, period.
45 for a lawyer? Who you defending? firm is this? I don't like
I
that.
don't know. But when he said that to her, she said, I'm not doing this. Like, I'd rather write my own ticket opposed to somebody trying to write it for me.
Well.
And it's just sad. Like I say, even with relationships, I hate to say it, but guys just be like, oh, okay. And I'm the type of female when it comes to relationships. So if I go out with a guy, go out 2, 3, 4 dates, okay, by the 4th, 5th date, I'm like, all right, I can pay for the meal, or I'm going to pay for the tip. Like, guys don't like to see females do certain stuff like that.
What guys?
There you go.
Shit, you can pay on the first date. What do you mean?
Certain guys, like I was talking to a guy here, and I was like, let me just pay for it. He was like, no, like, what do you mean? What's the problem?
You was here, you was in Atlanta.
No, I was here.
Oh, all right, this guy.
My last situation, he's from here.
Okay. Y'all not talking no more? Y'all?
We cool.
Okay, y'all in discussion?
I don't know what you want to call it, but we cool.
Oh, I know.
Like, we've been friends for years, and we've been on and off for the last 3, but we cool.
All right, shout out to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let her pay, bro.
She said, we say shout out to you.
That's cool.
I cannot.
So are you looking to meet new people, or he not allowing that?
No, I do what I want. But,
Can you say a little louder?
I do what I want.
Oh, all right, because from the way you said it, I ain't know. It's like you was whispering.
No, I do what I want. No, I'm just focused right now. Like, if someone comes, it comes. But I'm not out here just looking.
Okay. You're focused.
Good one, Sia.
All right.
Oh, you doing really good today.
Ooh.
Proud of you. Look at that. You're focused.
A night of liquor
So where,
beats you.
oh my gosh. So where do you see your nonprofit in the next 5 years?
I hope to open up a shelter within the next 3 to 4 here in Baltimore. So that's my ultimate goal. I'm focused on getting a commercial property and then open up the shelter. Because if you realize, there's a lot of shelters in Baltimore that have closed. They have turned the Marriott downtown on President Street into a shelter.
Okay.
It's called Times Organization. They turned it into a shelter. And majority of the time, most of the shelters in Baltimore are ran by the Archdiocese. You don't find many people of color owning shelters. So I want to make that change. I want to open up a shelter.
What's the Archdiocese?
It's the Catholic religion of Baltimore. They run all like the schools and churches, St. Vincent de Paul and stuff like that.
And you saying basically they majority white.
Yeah.
And you thinking that it need to be more of our people helping our people.
Yeah, sure, for sure. So you don't really, like I said, you don't find a lot of African Americans running shelters. Like,
And what would be the basis of your shelter?
like
Ages or women?
So it would be a family shelter, more so for women and children. But of course, years after, I would probably open up a men's shelter as well. So, because you can't really mix the two a lot. You just never know what goes on in a shelter. So many things, traumatizing. So it's a big thing to me.
That's nice. Oh, that's nice, yo. For you to be that young and like to have that as a goal and to see it through and actually do it, that's inspiring to a lot of young women out there.
Thank you.
And I'm proud of you.
I love it. I love it. I'm excited for you.
No, you're not.
How you go?
I don't like the way you said it. Go ahead.
This?
But no, like,
I am. I really am.
I appreciate
I'm speechless. It's like taking my breath away.
thank you.
Because she used to be homeless.
I was homeless at one time. Yes, I was.
I think we all come across some type of struggle, and we have to sit back and just thank the Lord, because without Him, we wouldn't be where we are today. You know, we may not have much, but I'm sure we have enough to give or be able to do the things that we love. Look at the position you're in now, you know?
That's true.
So look at the Most High was able to provide and guide you. And I tell anybody, it's a trial and error. You're going to come up with trials and tribulations in life, but it's step by step. Like, people think I have it all together. Shoot, you don't know my story. I don't know your story, and I don't know your story.
And when you say the Most High,
God.
okay, because some people might think you're talking about fentanyl, because it's a big fentanyl situation going on. So
Yeah, but I'm talking about God.
oh, all right, hey,
I'm a strong believer.
somebody could be talking about Allah, the Buddha,
Yeah.
you know, be a 7-Day Adventist, you know, shout your God out.
But I just thank him for where I am today because I've been through some things, you know, and
Haven't we all?
yeah, it's been a struggle. It's definitely been a struggle for me. Like, I tell anybody, so I'll be the first to share it on this platform. My second year, well, not my second year, my master's, I didn't know if I was going back to Clark, I didn't know nothing. So I was staying in a hotel for a couple of weeks, you know. Thank God I had it to stay into a hotel.
Right.
But I still didn't know. Like, I never caught the bus or anything in Georgia. I was lost in the sauce. But he paved the way. So
You ain't had not one nigga you could stay with?
I don't deal with too many people like that. So, like, I'm very private.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like opening up to a lot of people at all. So when it comes to certain things, I just keep that to myself. Like, I grew up the only child. So, well, I am the only child. But I was just like, I'm so used to being by myself, staying to myself, and I just deal with it. Working out is my outlet, so.
All right, take me with you, yo.
Yes, take them.
Nigga, you ain't a Slim 10 of your damn self. What you talking about? I'm tired of
It's
you.
definitely an outlet too. But I just thank God for where I am, honestly. And
Praise him!
like my mother, and then my mother raised me as a single mother too, so I tip my hat to my mother a lot of times too, because I wouldn't be the woman that I am today without her.
Do you know
Shout
your
out,
dad?
mama.
Yeah, I just don't have a relationship with him.
He was locked up?
No, he was military.
Dang.
He's a sperm donor to me though.
Did he got other children that he take care of?
His stepkids.
Oh, does that make you feel some type of way? Like, he don't love me, but he love them niggas?
No, it's not that, but to any father, as a female, even the male growing up nowadays, I believe everybody should have that father and mother in their life, if it's possible. As a female, especially the age that I am today, I personally believe, like, a lot of times females go searching for love in men. I don't go searching love for men because my father wasn't there. Like, that's just not who I am. I had cousins that were around me, but either way, your father is the first person that's supposed to protect you and keep you out of harm's way as a male. And I didn't have that. So I just learned to move different when it comes to certain things. So.
Do you think your father not being there kind of like hurt the way you look at men now?
No.
Okay.
No. I can't take the pain and hurt into my future.
You can.
I don't want to.
Okay. I'm glad you don't, but you
no,
can.
I just say that because
women out here do.
They do. And
yeah, that's a fact.
You may block your blessing though.
You sure can.
So I don't look at it like that.
She's smart. You're pretty good. You are pretty
I
good.
just don't look at
Like,
it
I'm
like
about
that.
to ask you questions. You already answered before I even get to it. Like,
I just don't look at it like that.
so why are you single then? You're intelligent. You're beautiful. You giving back to the. Ask them. I don't
There
know
you
these
go.
niggas. Like,
I'm just saying.
like do men
don't
not
nobody like
approach
me.
you or
Son.
they not hollering? I know they in the DM.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, it's going down in the DM, but obviously you ain't picking and choosing out your DM probably, huh?
No, I can't.
So a man gotta approach you to try to
Yeah.
get your number in. Okay.
Yeah, come correct.
All right. And what is correct?
Respect and honesty and all that good stuff is my key top components.
You think you gonna get all that in the
No,
first 5
not the
minutes?
first thing, but you can
Okay.
respect me coming off the top.
Okay.
Like, come off to me correct. Introduce yourself. You know, be a man. Be a gentleman. Like, there are not a lot of them still around. They're not.
I mean, I don't
I
know who
agree.
you run into. It's some
Agree.
gentlemen out
A
here.
lot of
You
freaks.
feel me?
Where?
Everywhere. We got gentlemen in here. It's gentlemen in the back. I'm a gentleman at times. Like, what you
At
But because every situation doesn't call for being a gentleman. Some women like to, you to talk to them a certain type of way.
But see, the difference between me and a lot of other women too,
Mhm.
I have respect and morals for myself. And if you don't have that as a female, you can't expect the male to respect you either.
Sometimes you just be on demon time, though.
Well, let them be on demon time.
You never on demon time.
Nah. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I ain't with none of it. So I be chilling. I be on my
God,
phone.
you never drunk or smoke.
No,
Ever in life. No, never popped a pill.
no. I don't even like
No.
taking medicine.
I would have took it somewhere else, but
Don't.
Hey, I'm gonna leave it alone.
I already know where you probably was gonna take it, but we're gonna leave it alone.
So, how did you hear about us? Like, how did you come
We'll
across?
just switch the whole subject. Go ahead.
Because we done talking about wives and marriage. Because you said we can have that.
Yeah, but it could have been a nice
moved on.
transition.
So we moved on.
Go ahead. Y'all want me to have that.
All right, thank you. So how did you hear about Anything Goes?
So I have a friend that, Byron, and he reached out to me last week, and I was talking about my upcoming event, and I was asking about a podcast. And he was like, yeah, my friend has a podcast. I was like, okay, what's the info? So he put me in contact, and basically I reached out to you guys. I wanted to, build that relationship. You have to make connection with people and build relationships. You don't know who I know, I don't know who you guys know. It's all about connections. So that's how I heard about you guys.
Well, thank you for wanting to be a part of this platform, and now you are definitely a part of our connection.
Thank
That's
you.
What you call
Alrighty.
Connection.
We gotta come out Atlanta
Yes,
and
come
film
on.
out there, you feel me?
No, seriously.
And see what you got going on.
No, please.
Are you sure? Because people, is this Hollywood?
No, I
talk?
ain't like that.
Is this Hollywood? That Hollywood
Yeah,
talk? We
Hollywood
get
shit,
we
bro.
get that in Baltimore, and I'll be like, you niggas not
Yo,
even
I definitely can't wait to come on the call. Yo, take my number. Hit the nigga phone 5 times. Nigga don't even pick up. Like,
No,
just say no, nigga.
I'm not like that. I'm a straight upfront person. Come to Atlanta, y'all in good hands. Don't worry about nothing. I got y'all. Like, come.
Okay, that's fair enough. So you said your event is Wednesday, where you'll be feeding people in the community, correct?
Yes.
Where can everybody find you?
Social media. You can also follow me on social media at __focus ___. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter. That's the same at. And also you can go on our website, which is focusorg.net. So if you want to volunteer, the information is also on the website. And if you just want to come and see the atmosphere, just come. It's about bringing the
Just
community
come.
together.
We trying to come together. Through the rain and stormy
But you
weather.
got to think about it too. We have to come together. It's about the millennials now. It's all about us bringing
That
us
is
together. So if you get these youthful faces out here in the community do things, come on now. You know how much power and change can happen?
Love this girl.
All right. On that note, it's been another episode of Anything Goes.
Podcast.